I get warnings about it all the time. And most of the warnings that I get are like Dropbox and iCloud because they want you to spend $10 a month to don't forget your family.
Don't worry.
Remember what they look like. What if you drop your phone in a lake?
I'm deleting these files.
Every single day, there's a notification in my iPhone settings that's like, we're going to delete these. It's like, your iCloud hasn't synced in 3 years. What if you forget your child's face?
You're like, oh no.
Oh, shit. Harpo? Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh, my baby. Spoonful.
God. Excellent. Excellent. Well, shit. I mean, good old fashioned start off. Anybody got any headlines?
I got a couple. You want to see if you want?
Yeah, I sure do.
I'll do this because I also really enjoy the juxtaposition of when there's two articles that are completely different, but they're just listed right next to each other. So this one, first article, Justin Long, you guys know Justin Long.
Oh, yeah.
Pooped the bed with wife Kate Bosworth sleeping next to him.
How does the news find out? Like, that's what I want to know.
Someone's got to tell him.
I guess.
And then the article right next to it is destruction in body parts. Displaced Gazans killed in Israeli attack on UN school.
Because Justin Long pooped the bed.
He pooped the bed. They put those
Butterfly thing.
They put those two close together. Yeah. She, for whatever reason, like Kate Bosworth has the launch codes, and she's trying to get out of bed.
Oh shit! I told you, honey, not to keep the nuclear football that close to the bed.
You know how often you shit.
Oh, damn it. Fucking Justin Long. Like, no, really though. That's what concerns me about that story is how did somebody get that piece of information? Like,
yeah,
he told somebody in an interview. Yeah, she called the police after. She called 911.
Something about it.
We couldn't take Amber Heard in. We can't take him in either.
We don't make the rules. Yeah.
I like how they're like happily married too. She's like, it's the one thing that I don't like about him. Always poop in the bed. Well, that's just boy otherwise. This one, okay, so this one, like, there was a whole news article that I read, which is uncharacteristic for me because I just like the headlines and I do not like to be informed.
Yeah.
But I was doom scrolling like everybody else when the assassination attempt happened. And this little subtext right at the very end of the article is what I found interesting about this. So all of this is just an article about the assassination. It's talking about Thomas Crooks. It's talking about whatever.
Is that the shooter's name?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't heard that yet.
Yeah. Thomas Matthew Crooks. And then it's talking about he was shot dead by Secret Service, whatever. Then at the very end of this article on this website, it says 3.6 crore Indians visited this website in a single day, choosing us as India's undisputed platform for general election results.
Wow. 3! Just 3. And that's the number they rest on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, out of that large of a country, we have 3 visitors from our country confirmed via VPN.
Yeah.
This is the one. This is who we trust.
As India's undisputed champion.
Undisputed, yeah.
For general election results.
Nobody else has more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, boss. 4 people.
Fucking say on the shit. Say on the We got them now. We don't have the advertising dollars to fight them. Dude, it's second quarter of the market.
Dude, 700 people visit google.com on a single day. So many other websites that are visited so much more often. Undisputed champion.
God, that is incredible.
Okay, here's my last funny one that I have. It's so stupid because it says an unsettling discovery beneath Hitler's war lair. As if like his war lair wasn't unsettling.
Well, so it's a real place. It
Yeah.
was just leveled, and it's just a dirt parking lot now.
Sure,
They
yeah.
refuse to develop it. I've actually been there.
Yeah.
But they refuse
It's
to
a
develop
Buc-ee's.
it because they don't want to remember it.
Right, yeah. Well,
It's a Buc-ee's.
Germans are all very like, oh, that part didn't happen.
Yeah, right.
They're all very
Well,
like,
so and that's the thing, right? They were scared that like by putting some memorial there or something, they were going to immortalize them.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they were trying to move on past history. That's why they did it.
right. And I know that, but
Yeah.
I like the idea of them being like, it's the unsettling part was discovered beneath the war lair.
Yeah.
It's like the war
I was gonna
was
say that-
unsettling, yeah.
So what was the unsettling piece?
Oh, I don't read the articles.
Because I was gonna say there is nothing under it. Like they leveled the whole building. Unless it's just a bunch of fucking dead Jews. You know what I mean? Those might be everywhere over there.
That's pretty unsettling.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
pretty unsettling. Yeah, especially if you're a Jew.
I mean,
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm so unsettled.
Yeah.
Oh no, how could they? Oh.
I used to be settled. Well, unless they discovered that, like, okay, yes, there are absolutely a bunch of dead Jews there, but like corn grows really well. They're super.
There's the abundance of nitrogen.
That is unsettling.
I'm not gonna waste this dirt.
Yeah. You just have to pay more to use it.
Right. Well, yeah. But it's kosher.
It's kosher. Oh God. Excellent. All
You
right.
know, big noses,
Yeah.
big ears.
You know what I say about big ears?
You grow the
Big
corn
butts.
there, you feed the corn to the pigs, kosher pigs.
Boom.
Problem
Boom.
fucking solved.
Boom. Then they can eat.
Now,
Then they can eat
now
bacon.
Jews can have
Do it
bacon.
bacon. Oh,
Oh
bacon.
my god.
Excellent.
Hitler solved the problem. All right, he was a go-getter.
He brought us closer together.
And there it was, the demonetization on YouTube. There it was. There it was.
4 minutes in.
Damn, that was a quick one. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So here's mine. It's not a news headline. This is more of a random fact that I just found. So funny and so interesting.
Okay.
So, in 2012, Taylor Swift held a public vote for where she would visit and perform a free concert. 4chan users got a hold of it. And they voted for a children's school for the deaf and won the vote. They won the vote.
Did she do it?
I don't think so.
Oh man,
I promise you they backed out of that.
that's fantastic.
I saw it and I was like, oh, I gotta hold on to that. Like that's too good.
I mean, to be fair, those have to be the only people who actually enjoy her music. Have you ever seen a subreddit that just shits on Taylor Swift?
No, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there's many of them.
Well, I think it's a subreddit within subreddits, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I think there is one dedicated one that always talks about just like shitty things that she does. Like, I think the biggest video that went around recently was like she was sitting front row at some award show or something. And then some random girl sat next to her, some non-celebrity.
Oh
And Taylor like kicked her out. So
Fuck.
Excuse the camera is
Yeah.
over
kidding
here.
me?
Yeah.
This is celebrity blood.
yeah, it's
Only pure celebrity blood since
and she just fucking stabbed her in the neck.
drinking it. I need to get more saliva out of you. Who was your dad, Ashton Kutcher?
Why are you here? I can smell the nepotism on you. Yeah, this unhinges her jaw like an anaconda. And
Thank God for the lizard people. Thank God for people.
thank God for them.
Turn it up, let's start
You
the
didn't do
show.
it!
Latest time, know the goat is here. Gonna make it clear who's the best of all time. Let's cheer from the legends of the past to the stars of today. We're gonna break it down in a big, bold way. Who's got the talent?
Welcome to the Vote Goes, the only show that brings together three animals to fight for your vote. I'm JD, and today joining me is.
Taylor Swift's lifeblood.
And
Joe Biden.
please remember to visit our website when it gets up. And if you'd like to leave a voicemail, call us at 202-827-6031. Without further ado, we'll jump into a game of Craigslist Price is Right, tailored by our favorite, the Heavies.
The heavies. All right. First one's coming your way.
Oh, this is classic.
This is fun.
Well timed.
For those just
Theme
listening,
for the night.
this is the D20 Twerkomatic Booty Dice Butt Plug. Mature adult roleplay D&D game.
So this was crafted, it looks like, because it looked like that.
was.
It looks like it had that little topper, like on what's that game? Sorry or Trouble?
Yeah, Trouble.
Rolls it.
Yeah.
That is so fucking funny.
Now would you
It's so funny I can't even laugh.
well because you want it?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta meet the girl that'll wear this, you know? Like,
I like the framing and the lighting and everything of the picture too. They made it look nice.
It's a leather couch, yeah.
Put it on a leather couch, which is important
Yeah.
when you're using butt plugs because you're
That's
gonna
right.
leak.
That's right.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, no.
You
A little
know.
bit, little bit of trauma there.
And well, you gotta have leather if you don't have a dick to wipe it up, you know?
Oh no. I can smell it again, man. Every fucking
Oh,
time I think
no.
about it.
Do you think if you gun to your head, if you had to pick this one or the brass knuckle one to be inside you, which one would you prefer?
Brass knuckle one. I
Which
forgot
one was
what
the
that was.
What was the brass knuckle?
There was a
Oh, the McDonald's brass knuckles.
no, but wasn't there was also like a butt plug that had like knuckles on it.
Oh, there was one. Was it?
Am I making that up?
I don't remember seeing that. I remember the
I thought we had
McDonald's.
another
I remember the
butt plug.
McDonald's ones.
Yeah, the McDonald's.
Yeah,
brass
McDonald's brass
knuckles.
knuckles. Yes, sir. I thought there was where it was a butt plug, but it was attached to knuckles, so you could like.
Bring me
Really
the
jam it in.
episode.
Did I make this up? I swear I've seen this.
Either that or it wasn't on the show.
Oh, I saw this in my Amazon history. That's why it seems familiar. Oh shit. Well, anyway.
What's funnier to me is there's what? Another 6 pictures.
Dude, yes.
Like I wouldn't get it from the first one.
Yeah.
They show you where to insert. Like there's a diagram.
Like, well, they have
The
to,
6th picture is just, you know what this is. I mean, there's no pictures.
it's for integrity. They have to prove it's not a loaded die.
Ah,
All the
there
sides are
it is,
different.
Well, define loaded.
Fully loaded.
Somebody's full of it.
Yeah.
Shit.
It does look. I mean, it looks like beginner. It looks like introductory. You know.
It
It looks
does.
like butt plug 101.
That's a pretty big butt plug.
Well, for you.
Okay, fair.
You
Yeah.
got a tight balloon on it.
I'm gonna roll a natural $20. I have to.
That's
Be for the gym.
That's a critical success. Dude, I bet that's in the price. I bet, dude. I guarantee someone.
They're doing themselves a disservice if it isn't.
I mean, how much are butt plugs?
I think like 10 to 15 bucks. I
Yeah.
mean, high quality ones you're gonna get up into like 40, 45 probably. I mean, but think about it, right? This one doesn't look 3D printed. It doesn't have that like usual edge that 3D printing things do. You know what I mean by that?
You don't want that on your face.
No, absolutely not. Right?
Okay.
So like this is a real butt plug
Yeah.
that somebody retrofitted a trouble bouncer on top of.
Yeah,
Which is even funnier.
that's what I call my wife.
The trouble bouncer.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. If it doesn't make that noise to the, that like
Yeah.
little like foil popping noise, if it doesn't do that, this isn't worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, yeah. I want like audio feedback that you're enjoying yourself.
You get the pop and then.
Ooh, miss.
Oh no! Critical failure.
Oh, no.
You just put it in her mouth.
I know what that means.
Dude, I want this to be my first Dungeons and Dragons experience. You show up and the DM's just got like a gaggle of whores in BDSM gear with chains, and they just fucking they just fucking flip over, dude, like hold the dice.
They're the table and shit too. Like in
Like Pablo Escobar.
yeah, like in a Japanese business meeting.
Bitch, I need a leg rest.
Yeah. One of them, like the dog from Beauty and the Beast. She's just on him in with a tail button. She runs around licking your dick.
Yeah, what is with dating today?
So I like going to movies and going for walks, and also I like being an ottoman.
I moonlight as furniture.
Dude, imagine going there and you like, what if, okay, you are presented with what you think is a normal D&D scenario before you even get there, right? And your DM is like, okay, we're gonna meet up in 3 days from now. Everybody, before we even start, and this will make more sense when we get there, you have to just roll a die and tell me what you get. And he's like, loser gets a prize. And you're like, oh man, I roll a 1 or whatever. And he's like, okay, whatever, that's not that big of a deal. And you show up to D&D night, and the gallows is set up for you. And then you're the butt plug guy. Okay, so Nick rolled a 1.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
Yeah. There's 5 of us, and I see 4 chairs. What's up with that?
Don't worry, you're not gonna want to sit.
Thank you. Yeah, you can't sit, turns out.
Oh, man.
Remember to eat a lot of fiber after this?
Yeah,
Ice
yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
You don't want to paint sock that bad boy.
Oh no. On that note, I'm gonna say $45.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's janky, super janky with the, Walmart 25-cent gumball machine. Cat
Oh,
on
is
top
that
of
what
it.
it is?
That's what it looks like.
You're probably right.
But I think somebody's trying to make some money off of that though. And that's a unique item with a lot of potential. We could start a themed hotel with that. A themed D&D hotel.
Yeah. That's what's been missing from the business model.
Yeah, we call it Dungeons and wait. Dragons and Sex Dungeons.
There you go. Yeah, that works.
I'm gonna go in a Honda.
Critical hole.
All right, now we just need investors. Yeah.
Critical hole. Hey, if you're listening.
Hey, yeah.
Check out our Kickstarter page.
Yeah.
Critical hole.
Any venture capitalists out there. If you've been looking to roll the dice on a project.
Boy, do we have the tips for you. Oh, fucking hell. That was a really good one. Really good. Craigslist Price is right.
What'd you say, 100?
100, yeah.
It is $61.61.
Oh,
No, but you're 40.
61.
I win.
That's you.
Yeah.
What am I 61?
Yeah.
You're
That's-
69 is right
that's-
there.
Yeah,
right
seriously.
there. It's
Fucking
right
shit.
there.
Yeah.
Is 61 a D&D number? Or if you buy a full set of dice, does it add up to 61? I'm just guessing, I don't know.
20.
No.
Die.
No, I mean after the first 4 numbers, it's over 60. You know?
No.
2, 3, 4.
No, because
five.
you have a 20-sided die, you have a 10-sided die, you have a 4-sided, you know what I mean?
I see.
Oh.
I see. Maybe there's a joke there. Fans, let us know.
If you get
Let us know in the
If you get butt fucks with a dice in your butt.
And if you're looking
What
for
was your-
part-time, who's letting you?
Taylor Swift's
Yeah.
lifeblood.
That's right.
It's a mouthful or a buttful. Imagine the tedium of having to switch out where you're like, well, I gotta roll for initiative. And then I gotta roll for the damage number, which is 2d4, not 6. Yeah. Oh, drawer Ragslin.
God.
So this next one is what the first one would look like after you use it.
Oh God.
You have very cute toenails tonight.
Thank you.
I don't know if anybody's told you.
Thank you.
What the fuck? Oh,
Well, now I'm just imagining that butt plug is hollow and
that's what's inside of
the
it.
dice reservoir fills up.
Yeah. The juxtaposition
You
here.
press
is
it out, make
painful.
plans,
This is
it
painful.
shoots up.
For those of you listening, this is just titled Ornament, but it's barbecue baked beans Christmas ornaments. So, yeah, it's exactly what would happen if you used the butt plug from the first one. That is so unfortunate.
So I think this one is $61.61 because it's the same item.
Maybe it's an attachment.
Yeah,
God.
you got a different configuration.
Oh.
My stomach just turned.
Cheap, shitty baked beans too. Like you can't even put good baked beans
Yeah,
there.
no.
Jeez.
I know, yeah. And you get that one piece of pork in that can.
Yeah,
That's bullshit.
it's like
Yeah.
a sliver.
A shredded ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a solid bacon bit in here.
I will never forget though, one time I went over to a buddy's house in high school and they were so proud of themselves. They're like, tonight's vegetarian dinner with baked beans. And I was like, all right. And so I was eating the baked beans and I got that little chunk
Yeah,
of
the
pork in it. And
yeah.
I was like, you guys are full of fucking shit. I just had a piece of bacon.
Well, it was vegetarian for everybody else. You got the one.
You got the one
Yeah.
piece. Yeah.
That was, dude,
Yeah.
we had a buddy when we used to work at, when Christina and I used to bartend, we had a buddy who said that he was vegetarian. And after we got off our shift bartending, we would always go over to a Buffalo Wild Wings
Yeah.
and just like drink and eat there. And he always got the cheesecake bites there. He was vegetarian. He always got the cheesecake bites until one day he was like, I'm hungry for something besides dessert. So he wanted to order the chili. And he's like, is there a way that I can get the chili without the meat in it because I'm vegetarian? And they were like, well, it's not actual meat. We use like fake vegetarian meat in the chili, so you're safe to order that. And he's like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then for dessert, because I'm vegetarian, I'm gonna have the cheesecake bites. I always get those. And they were like, ooh, those aren't vegetarian because we fry everything in beef tallow.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so
It
he's been,
sucks to
They use
suck.
beef tallow with Buffalo Wild
Yeah.
Wings? Holy shit!
Yeah,
That actually kind of makes
dude,
sense.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
and he's like,
I want every place just
cares?
Sucks to suck.
No, no, I
That's
found
why you don't go vegan or vegetarian. You just stand to be fucking embarrassed.
Yeah.
You really do. Because unless you know everything and
Yeah.
what it's made of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna get fucked.
You're either,
Yeah.
you're either
Even then, it's do the people that work there fucking know?
or do
Yeah.
they care?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People would
And
ask
that's the
me and
thing.
be like,
I'm
oh,
sure
yeah,
he's like, he always orders them. I'm vegetarian, so I'll do the cheesecake bites. And they go,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
You sure
all right,
will.
we
You
got
sure
you,
will, buddy.
bro.
Yeah.
There's like half the
Yeah.
servers
So like
have
maybe it'll make you stronger and less pale.
half the servers have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
And the other half are like, yeah, fuck this.
It's so fucking true. I've been in that industry. It's mostly fuck this guy.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're listening out there, abandon your convictions.
Yeah.
Because they don't matter.
You're a fool. Yeah. Just so you know.
You're an idiot. Every time you eat cheesecake bites, I'm gonna kill a cow. All right, so I said $61. Anybody else? Any guesses?
$4.20.
Nice.
Damn it. $8.
$8
flat.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, the actual retail price is
Ding ding ding.
$25.
Yeah.
No, you win.
Hey, I won.
You win.
I thought it was closer to yours.
Buy a whole case of those cheap
I
shitty
told
baked
you I
beans
suck
like
at
that.
that.
I mean, no, I won.
Oh,
dang.
Rats.
All right.
Number trace.
Let's go Taylor's lifeblood.
Yeah. JB and Taylor's lifeblood.
Fucking on.
Going for it.
Coming for you later, Biden.
What? Ah! Ah! What? Ah!
Who's coming for me? Oh, probably nothing.
Did you see him introduce Zelensky as Putin the other day?
Yeah.
Oh my
And he goes, wait. No.
Oh,
Yes.
Zelensky.
Yeah, I got it. You thought I wouldn't get it, but I got it. All right, here's the third one.
God, at least he's cognizant enough to make the fucking joke about it. Most times he's not.
Well, when he was talking about going over and seeing like the veterans from D-Day, and he's like, I went to see the World War II, World War I veterans over in Italy, Germany. It's a reset.
FDR was there.
Yeah.
most popular president of all time, ladies and gentlemen.
That guy rules.
Okay, for those listening, I don't know how to describe this.
Well, it's
It
a
says light.
vintage hanging light made of steel rings and old car mirrors, and it looks like a sex swing.
It does. But it also looks like maybe this was a keepsake of cars that this guy has crashed on DUIs. And I would say the count's above a dozen.
Oh, clipped another one. That's
Look, it's even got rear views.
I know. This was the mangled remains of his 74 Tercel.
In just his shop where he has like what a sink.
It has outlets, like it can you can plug it in.
Okay.
For what?
The lights, there's like lights on it too.
God, that'd be such an unfortunate lamp. Like, I mean, imagine you walk up to it at the wrong angle and
Jeez, God,
can't see.
Well, yeah, I like the
Got
idea.
those high beam things on
Yeah.
the light bulb.
Yeah, it's not a regular light bulb.
Yeah.
It's all from a car. Yeah. One of them the turn signal.
Yeah, it blinks.
I mean, it's also fucking huge. I like the idea of it being volume, not in like a vaulted ceiling, just in a normal room, and it hangs
Yeah.
down to here. You're like, fucking damn it, Jerry.
Hit your head on it all the time. Yeah, that's something you hang in your garage and forget about.
Now, what's in the background? A tub of chicken feed, or what is that?
Nope, that's
I think
cocaine.
it's like a.
It's cocaine.
Oh no, you're right. It's a tub of something on top of a trash can.
No, I'm kidding. That's the Midwest, so that's meth.
Ah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that good old yellow meth.
Yeah, this is yours, right? Not the meth. Not...
I mean, do you want to buy it?
What will you pay for it?
I'm looking to fill up that Tupperware full of meth.
Shit. This guy wants a lot for it.
He wants a lot for it.
It's got like welding
He's
in
so
it.
proud of himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
well,
does. It's like apprenticeship welding
It,
too.
it has
yeah.
like electrical work done to it, not just
Mhm.
7 light
Yeah,
bulbs from
yeah.
Walmart strung up with an extension cord.
God, and all the tags are on it still.
From the light bulb?
From the cord.
Oh,
See that? It's got 2 cord
Yeah.
tags from the cord.
Oh yeah, dude, it fucking does, huh? The government safety regulations.
Yeah,
that are
yeah,
like,
yeah. That everybody cuts off
Yeah.
and never reads. Yeah.
Don't rip this off your mattress. It's punishable by law.
FBI's coming.
Fuck. You know what? I'm gonna say $150, and only because this guy has not used this to look behind himself to figure out what he's done wrong in his life. Up here. That's why I'm going 150.
Listen, man, this is more practical than you think it is. He finishes it and then he catches a glimpse of himself. He's like, I missed my kid's graduation.
What have I done?
For what?
God, I miss her.
Yeah. Tracy.
I think there's a heartwarming story though in that, you know, a guy starts making a sex swing. Tracy fucking leaves him. What are you gonna do? You're gonna turn those lemons into lemonade. Throw some car mirrors on there, you know, put some lights, do some real shitty welding jobs,
Yeah.
and make some money off of that. You
That
know,
makes
that's
sense.
capitalism.
That'll make his wife love him.
Yeah.
It will. It
Yeah.
will bring her back.
Yeah.
Listen, babe, I got that $300.
I sold it. You're never gonna believe this.
You spent 5 years on it.
There's a guy from Chattanooga. You're never gonna believe it. Yeah.
I can finally buy you that ring from Zales.
They hang it in their swamp living room. Yeah.
Fuck gators on the porch again, guys.
Hit him with a lamp. It solves so many problems. No, I will. I gave it away there in that riff. But I will guess $300.
Oh.
I'm gonna go $50.
50, 51, 50, 300. All right. Let's find out. 130.
Hey!
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're right there.
Oh,
Nice.
Well done.
Nice.
Well
Been a
done.
while.
Yeah.
That's
That's
good. Yeah. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, the best part is, I promise you, one of us has brought in the same conspiracy theory.
You think so?
I promise you.
God, I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Oh, let's fucking do
Yeah.
this.
All right. So we are doing conspiracy theories. Do you want to pick the order?
I do.
Let's fucking do it.
I want Biden to go first.
Alright.
And here's why, is because I feel like you and I picked the same one.
Yeah.
I want you to go first.
Now
And
what if
then-
it drops out?
Well, yeah, he'll just have to go put on a wig and
What?
color his skin a little bit and be a woman. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. They'll still vote. They'll still vote. But I'll go second, and then I want you last.
Okay.
Taylor's lifeblood.
Okay. save Taylor's lifeblood for last.
Yeah.
You'll run out.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay.
There's only so much celeb blood you can get, you know.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, conspiracy theories. I am going back in time, if you will, to November 1963 with JF motherfucking K, dude.
I almost picked that.
I almost did too.
It's such
It
a good one.
is. That is my favorite conspiracy
Me
theory.
too, me too.
And it's topical now too, the assassination attempt.
No, that's why I went. I was like, oh,
Well,
great
and
time.
the CIA basically came out a couple years ago and like released a bunch of documents saying they fucking did
They're
it.
like, we did it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they released documents that confirmed the relationship that they had with Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yes.
But
They
there's
just said,
nothing
"He's
has
a real good
been-
guy."
Yeah, it's just,
All right.
Yeah,
we're hanging out with him. You know?
we're mob team. You know?
He's on payroll.
Yeah.
But it didn't expressly say like, hey, we killed Kennedy.
No, it hasn't. But there's still like 70,000 documents that haven't been released.
Yeah.
Trump was supposed to release them because that was the time when they were set to be released
Yeah.
when he was in office.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna release him. He gets in office, time comes. He's like,
Nah.
They
no.
always do that. I mean,
Yeah.
Obama said, I'm going to release the UFOs, and he
Yep.
didn't.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Trump did, didn't he?
Kennedy
Some of
he
it.
said that he was gonna do the fucking
Yeah.
release of JFK. He had the whole fucking like third investigation that they did. And
Not
then
the
at the end
Warren
of it-
Commission, but the other one, right?
The other
Yeah.
one,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
they did in the late '90s, like the Commission on Assassinations.
Yeah,
I think is
yeah,
right.
what it was.
Yeah.
And but all right, so let's go back to November 1963. John F. Kennedy with his wife and Governor. Fuck, what was his name? I don't have my notes in front of me. Governor of Texas, though, at the time.
Mhm.
He was. They were all in a car
Hip
driving
and-
down, heading to. No, and stop talking about taking your mom to see a porn movie.
He's attacking
Fucking
around
embarrassing.
alien.
You're telling people on national television, you idiot.
The cameras are rolling.
John, shut the fuck up.
So they roll down, they get to Delaney Plaza, and then 3 shots are fired, right? One of them hits John F. Kennedy in the neck, or goes in through his back, comes out through his larynx, goes forward, hits Hickenlooper in.
The other guy got hit.
The other guy got hit.
I did not know that.
The same bullet that went, the first bullet that hit
Yeah.
went through him, hit the governor that was in front of him, right?
That is something I've not heard. Interesting.
Yeah.
But
And
like,
then
it already went through a body, so
There's-
kind of just like,
Yeah,
could have been
right,
that.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
there's a lot of debate about if it was the second or the first shot, but one of them missed and hit concrete on the street that ended up the concrete or the bullet hit the guy and like grazed him, like
Yeah.
just some random guy on the street.
Yeah.
So they're not totally sure if that was the first or the second shot. And
He
then
was a
the
retired
third
fire chief.
shot. He was protecting his family.
Yeah.
Demonetized.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we made it a good chunk. We made it a good chunk. Yeah.
No, we didn't. We got to monetize these first 4 minutes.
Get edit that out. Yeah. Now this is stock. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is core material. Fine.
You're good. You're good. No, keep going.
We'll leave it.
Yeah.
This.
And then the third and final shot hit John F. Kennedy in the back, blew his fucking brains out over the back of the car. Jacqueline Kennedy jumps over the car, scoops up his brain, and continues to hold it until they get to the hospital that's like 2 miles away. Right?
No shit.
I didn't know that part either.
She doesn't either, because it's blacked out with her.
Oh,
Her-
yeah.
Just trauma.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Whatever. Shocking.
Wow.
Shock.
That is where like the agreeable facts on what happened end. And then from that, so many conspiracy
Yes.
theories
Yeah.
fucking jumped
Yeah.
out to you. So I'm gonna go with the bullshit ones, and then I'm gonna go with the one that I really think fucking happened, right? First, there was a shooter on the grassy knoll
Mm-hmm.
who apparently was part of the mob because
Mhm.
John F. Kennedy was Catholic, and that was a big problem with the mob
Yep.
back in the fucking
Sure.
day.
Yeah.
Things. I don't know. I don't know how much that like is the mob really out there murdering presidents?
If they're paid to.
Maybe. They've done worse for less.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and think of the political climate at the time too, right? Like
Very
this
hot,
was
yeah.
Bay of
Height of Cold
Pigs,
War,
like
Bay of Pigs
well,
was
no,
going on.
Cold War didn't start until right after he
No,
was
this
assassinated,
is
right?
No, this is like the height of the Cold War.
Oh, it
we're
is.
stockpiling nukes. Russia's stockpiling
Yeah,
nukes.
yeah.
This
They
is
moved into
okay.
our backyard.
Yeah, maybe not the height. The height probably came like the mid 70s, but this is like it's on, right? Like the Cuban Missile Crisis. That's what the whole fucking thing was about. Nuclear Armageddon, and we
Yeah,
had
yeah,
enough. They
yeah.
had enough to fucking end everything, right? And he walked it back. He walked it back. There were people in the government that wanted to. They wanted first strike Russia, just fucking decapitate it, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
You ever see that picture of Lyndon B. Johnson getting sworn in, and he turns
On
back and winks at that guy as Jackie Kennedy's standing next to him, covered in her husband's blood?
No.
That's a fucking
I've seen the picture and
powerful thing.
picture covered in blood.
Yeah. So no, it's
Wait,
I think it's aboard Air Force One, and
Yeah.
Lyndon B. Johnson, the vice president,
Like
is
2
getting
hours
sworn
later,
in.
they swear him in on airport.
And there's
Okay.
this incredible photo of he looks over his shoulder, and the guy that is like front facing is winking at him.
Huh.
It's so telling.
And Jackie's
It's
in the picture
telling.
too?
In the
Like,
picture too.
covered in blood.
Yeah, they're like you can see it on her sweater. It's just a little couple drops, but like I'll edit that in for the listeners because
Yeah.
that is an important photo to know like about the JFK assassination.
I like that.
It says so much.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love shit like that. Dude.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
You got the Umbrella Man. People were very convinced that the Umbrella Man. So there was a single dude holding an umbrella. It was a sunny day. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, and they were like, "The Umbrella Man must have had an umbrella gun."
Interesting. I wonder if that's where like the Umbrella Academy took some of their inspiration. Have you watched that show?
I have. It hasn't come out in a long time though. They haven't
Yeah,
used
no,
it.
new season's coming out in a couple weeks, but
Yeah.
season 2, they travel back in time to Dallas, 1963.
Oh yeah.
And one of the characters thinks it's smart to prevent the assassination of JFK, ends the world because of it.
Yeah.
We go into nuclear war.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if that would happen? You know what I mean? But just you saying that made me click. Like,
Yeah.
fuck. Like,
Yeah, probably.
That's so interesting.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you
Also-
got the grassy knoll. You got the umbrella guy.
Maybe he has melanoma. It can be people use umbrellas in the sun.
What? That's what makes your skin darker. That's not.
No, that's melanin.
Oh god.
Melanin-
Yeah,
melanin
I was
skin
so
cancer.
confused. It's all brown to me.
He's got to stay out of the UV.
So the opposite brown.
So they tracked him down. Secret Service did interviews. FBI did interviews. He finally, I want to say like a couple of years later, sat down with like the Times or something like that. And it was a protest. He was like, no, I was protesting. I don't know, whatever, fucking the war in
The
Vietnam
sun.
or something.
Yeah.
Protested
Yeah.
something. And he was like, no, I go to all these political rallies. I'm always there with an umbrella. It's my protest.
Yeah, that's my sign. That's my calling card.
That's a pussy
Yeah.
protest, man.
Yeah,
Well,
seriously.
it's like that weird looking dude in the fedora behind Trump.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about? what if it's the same?
Oh my god, could be.
Bro.
It's all connected.
This guy's just always there when presidents get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, wearing different things. That'd be so funny. What a legacy.
He's like, you know what my favorite play that I've ever seen in?
Let me load my musket.
Big old cloth wad on a stick. Hold on! Hold on!
The flip is wet.
Well, he would have had time with the Trump assassination. They waited fucking 3 minutes until they actually engaged the guy after he shot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he got it. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Wait
we're,
for it.
we're gonna get so
Wait
sidetracked.
for it.
There's so many fucking parallels to draw between JFK and Trump now. That's so interesting.
And Lincoln.
Yeah,
You know how like Trump's secretary was named Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah. Oh, is anybody
And
drawing
money
those
else
lines?
got nowhere to be seen.
wonder.
That bitch ain't hanging around. She knows what's up.
Imagine, like, nobody's connected those dots yet. Like, Trump has a female secretary. Her name literally is Abraham Kennedy. He almost gets shot, and he's like, "Go away."
I shouldn't be talking to the news.
They're gonna have questions for me.
That's awesome.
Oh shit.
Oh, I just now thought of this. They fucking okay. So you have like the assassins all had like 3 names, right? They always like include the names too. They always call him Thomas Matthew Crooks. They don't just call him Thomas
You're right.
Crooks.
You're right.
And it
That's
weird
so
me out because when they
interesting.
interview people, like they interviewed one of his like professors from whatever school he fucking
Uh-huh.
graduated, and he was like, "Tom was such a good boy." I'm like, "Who the fuck is Tom?"
Yeah.
Well,
Thomas Matthew
Thomas
Crooks.
Matthew.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, no, we're calling him by his proper names.
Yeah. His
Find him
assassin
jail.
name.
Interesting.
Assassins can't just have 2 names.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
can't
It's
humanize
that
the
third
fact
name
that-
that really kills it. Those 3-namers, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I'm most excited for? Being on the fucking no-fly list when I get back. That's you're just gonna get back. This is the first thing.
We are on an Apple computer. You might be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be so funny. I would laugh forever. Forever.
Timothy Matthew Cook is listening.
The guy who kills Kamala Harris. That would be great. This would be great. You know. Oh man.
Oh fuck.
You're not gonna make it back.
What?
You're not gonna make it back.
I'm not gonna. Why? Because I'm getting assassinated tonight?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
You're in prison at least.
You're gonna get blacklisted.
CIA black site. Sweet.
Cool. So
Is
I still am super interested.
Lee Harvey
Keep
Oswald.
going. Yeah.
Lee Harvey Oswald, right? So up in the book depository, because before the internet, we had to store books in
I know,
a fucking
I
whole
know.
building.
Yeah.
Ew.
Peasants.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross. They used to know how to read too. Ew. It's embarrassing.
And he worked there. So he was able to gain access, went up into the window. Had a barrel outside the window, but you couldn't really tell. And it was close though. It's like 130 yards is where he took the shots from, right? So
Sounds
not
familiar.
It's a good shot.
Sounds familiar.
yeah, not a far shot. People now know that he had connections to the CIA. Like they were working him, he was an asset. He had attempted to gain asylum in Russia or just applied for citizenship in Russia at some point, right? And then he tried to join Cuba during like the upheaval and Fidel's rise and everything,
Right.
right?
He disguised
And
himself as a missile.
He did, yeah, that's fuck.
And you know that guy. He loves.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
And he sat in one of the
He
side
couldn't
ones.
say no.
Yeah. He only got discovered because they tried to launch it and he was like,
Jump that high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
"Hey, that's a guy."
So that at the time, the CIA were very tight on cleaning that up, right? It didn't come out until
Oh, yeah.
just fucking recently.
Yeah.
So are you gonna go into Jack Ruby,
Jack Ruby,
the club owner Oh, the clown.
killed
Yeah,
Lee
yeah,
Harvey
yeah.
Oswald.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah,
part of that.
we'll
Yeah,
get there.
All right.
So he went up, shot his shots, right? Police go up there, they find the gun, they find 3 shell casings, right? One
They
of the
did?
shell casings,
I had heard it was only 2.
so they found 2, and then they found a third one, but the third one had a dent. Lee Harvey Oswald was in the Marine Corps, right? And that's an old Marine Corps sniper trick, is to keep a fucking shell casing in so that you keep your bolt open, right? Because it's an old Italian bolt action, right?
Yeah.
But they thought because of those 3 shell casings, they're like, okay, so he got the 3 shots.
Right.
But
That's where it is.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
All right. Lee Harvey Oswald then leaves with a 38 fucking handgun, right? And just murders a cop just because the cop was trying to talk to him. And,
Yeah.
Hey man, I don't know, you look kind of suspicious. And you're like, ow!
now you look very suspicious.
I'm gonna have to talk to you more. Wait a minute. He starts walking calmly, and then everybody around sees like what happens and starts like chasing him, right?
Yeah.
And so he runs into a movie theater to go fucking hide. Cops come, take him, arrest him, take him downtown, right? Man, I think they had him and then they arraigned him like immediately, right? You get that famous thing where he's like, it's fucking, I didn't do anything. And the reporter's like, no, you've been charged with the assassination of the president of the United States. And he's like, this is fucking, I didn't, I'm a patsy. And then Ruby comes and fucking, so they're transporting him like to the jail, I think is where they were taking him, like from the courthouse to the jail. And he comes into an underground parking lot. Jack Ruby, who had connections to the police force, so they knew him, right? Didn't close off the area, and they wanted press there to go take fucking pictures. Walks up, blah, shoots him.
Yeah.
Take him to the hospital. He dies. Right, that's the end of fucking Lee Harvey Oswald. Jack Ruby immediately gets charged with murder, and he gets charged with murder. They convict him, but then he wins a ruling to overturn the case, and they were starting a new trial, and then he dies of cancer before they even do the new fucking trial. And I'm not even sure. I've never really read into Jack Ruby. He seems like just some douchey Italian nightclub owner.
That's exactly what it was.
That's all.
And so that's the big question, right? Is why did he think, oh, I'll take it upon myself to take out this assassin? Well, because you're that much of a patriot. Like, yeah, right. That doesn't add up. And then when you include all the other witnesses that have been mysteriously killed just over the next, you call it decade from that time, that's when it gets fucking fishy.
Yeah, frontal lobotomies for any Kennedys that start.
Yeah. You know, for good journalists, they call that the Pulitzer Prize. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Oh man. Anyway, all right, JFK. So
right.
here's what I fucking think happened with regard to the actual fucking shooting, right? They went in the 80s on some whatever ABC News or NBC Nightly News, and they went to go test out like the shots, right? Because it's like it's an old Carcano rifle. It's hard to get fucking shots off. They brought a bunch of ballistic experts on, right?
Yeah.
They had a like a box carrying a target moving, 15 miles an hour, and they're like, "All right, you guys try." And one guy was able to get all 3 shots off.
Right.
Yeah. And they were like, all right, well, that's case closed. It was Lee Harvey Oswald. He was a lone shooter.
Case solved.
Case solved.
Yeah.
So that guy was a ballistic expert. He's dead now. And he was like, that doesn't, none of this makes sense though. Like, I can get these shots off, but like he wasn't a trained rifleman like I was. He was in the Marine Corps. It's not like he was a fucking sharpshooter, right?
Yeah.
And so he started taking a closer look at the case and ended up coming out with a book, right? And he does like the trajectory of the bullet, right? So a lot of people with the Warren Commission, when it came out, they were like, it's a magic bullet, right? Because they had the diagram where the bullet went in and then it hits Governor.
I know.
And it hits it, but it had to like zigzag to
right,
hit him, and then it fucking goes in, shatters a rib, shatters his fucking whatever arm bone,
Yeah,
and then ends up in his leg.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, that's not what happened because this car had jump seats, so the seat was over further than whatever the fucking Warren Commission was looking at. They just didn't look at the right angle.
Yeah.
When you add that up, it does line up in a perfect fucking line.
Really?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
magic bullet theory is just total bullshit.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. And then he started looking at the actual headshot, right? Because, like, you know, you see the bullet go in Kennedy, it hits the dude in front of him. And you can see it. Have you guys ever seen this Zapruder film?
Yeah.
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 So he comes around that fucking sign that they have, and you can see him. So he's got a back brace because he was a World War II vet and fucked his back up. So his back is literally like steel braced, right? Bullet comes in, he goes up, and he goes to go fucking grab himself, right? People are like, he yelled out, I got shot, or whatever. Went through his fucking larynx. Fuck out of here. And then you see the shot that fucking enters his head, blows the top of his fucking skull off, blows his brain back. Jackie Kennedy goes back, grabs the brain, takes it to the hospital, literally hands it to the doctors. She's like, do you need this?
Put this back together. Humpty Dumpty fell off a wall.
This is probably important, right?
Yeah.
Like a finger. Put it on ice.
Yeah, right.
Put in the cooler with the Bud Light. We'll get to it after we get done fishing. And he's like, none of it makes sense because that bullet, even if it would have hit his head, ballistically wouldn't have blown his fucking skull off, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And so he started looking into, okay, maybe there is a third fucking shooter, right? Looked into the grassy knoll. If a bullet would have came, it would have blown out the opposite way because the grassy knoll was like in front of him, right?
Right.
So then he's like, well, there's only one direction this bullet could have came from, behind him. Yeah. So back, the Secret Service used to carry around M16s, right, to go protect the president. As shots go off, you've got a car full of Secret Service guys in the back. They were out drinking the night before. So they've got C Squad Secret Service agents on because they were all too hungover and tired from the previous fucking party.
Sounds like an excuse.
Par for the course.
So, and he's like, okay, the bullet had to come from behind. People smelled gunpowder on the fucking street, right? And he's like, it had to come from the Secret Service there. So what they think happened, he gets hit. They realize it. They start taking off. Secret Service agent picks up M16, swivels his head to go look for where the shots are coming from. Car takes off, finger on the trigger, because that's how fucking Secret Service are trained. 1 in a million shot, Secret Service would have killed the president.
Yeah.
On accident. And why couldn't they fucking come out and tell people that? Because it's the height of the Cold War.
Yeah.
And you can't have that kind of incompetence going on in America at the height of the fucking Cold War,
right.
dude.
Yeah, that'll crumble some trust.
Yeah, yeah.
And meanwhile, here we are, and they fucking botched it again. Yeah.
Now, are you sure they didn't just curve the bullet like that Angelina Jolie?
Yeah.
Wanted?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely possible.
Definitely possible. You just
It
swing your arm
happens in
down.
real life.
Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, yeah.
You see all the
Magic bullet.
You see all the recreations of that? Of people trying to do it?
Yeah.
And they just shoot themselves in the arm. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up, and I may have mentioned it before, but this reminds me of my favorite sexual position, which is called the JFK, which is where I explode all over my wife while she screams and tries to get out of the car. My favorite one.
Fucking perfect. Perfect. Oh, God.
And then, you know, she's a brain expert too.
Yeah, yeah. God damn it.
I like it.
Such
So
a
the,
good one.
because so then the thing with the 3 bullet casings and the one being dented, the one casing
He was
wasn't
just
actually
keeping the
fired.
bolt
He was
open, yeah.
keeping the bolt open. Yeah, so he only fired 2. The
Fired
third
2
one
shots, third one
came from the Secret Service.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's the
That's a
only
really
one
good
ever
theory.
that's
That's a
really
really-
fucking made sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have seen a couple that the grassy knoll makes sense, just based on the angle that it has when he comes around that certain turn.
Yeah.
But again, you're right, it wouldn't have exploded his head the way.
Yeah, it
that-
would've gone
You're
the-
right,
it
you're
would've gone
right.
the opposite way.
Yeah. I remember seeing
But I've seen some
And
compelling shit
depending
about
on the
grassy knoll.
bullet type too. I mean,
That's
they
true.
never because it disintegrated.
Yeah.
True, it's
They
true.
never recovered the bullet there.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the jump seat thing too, the way like the car was designed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that made the the angle of the
Changed
shot
the
line up.
angles of it,
Yeah.
Yeah. It took them a
Because
while.
I remember watching a video in high school about the magic bullet theory, and it was like, none of this actually tracks. Like bullets
Right.
just don't work that way.
Yeah, it's,
You know, like so it's easy to write off if you just know how common physics works.
Yeah.
You know,
And this is like an early 2000s like infographic
Right.
video where they're like it has a shitty like line graph line.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
So
then
many
like,
Exactly.
yeah, I remember seeing the same
Yeah.
video.
But now I definitely I believe in the multiple gunman scenario because otherwise it couldn't have happened.
Yeah.
You know, like he would have gotten the shot in his neck and that would have been it.
Yeah.
And they would have been able to save him.
Well,
Yeah.
and Lee Harvey Oswald did take that shot, and it did fucking pierce his fucking
Right.
like he would have been a vegetable.
Yeah,
after
like his
that.
spinal cord.
No,
was-
totally,
yeah.
totally.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
He would. Not
I'm
have
with
been
you, I'm with
a
you.
vegetable
If
after
he
that.
even lived, I mean,
It's true.
Yeah,
that
that's
fucking
true.
bullet.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you're
2
gonna
miles
lose a lot
a
of
long
people.
way. You're bleeding that
Yeah,
hard.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hear you, and yeah, the Secret Service thing makes sense, but here's the only complaint I have with that theory is
You press it.
1 in a
That is
million
funny.
shot. 1 in a million shot.
And yep, it is.
To me, that's hard to believe.
That's the one thing.
That's hard for me to
that-
believe because I don't believe in chance.
That's hard for a lot of people.
I don't believe in chance. I believe in that Secret Service agent was oh shit, he didn't hit him right. Clean up. You know,
Yeah.
1 shot, I got the shot, I'm right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I really do think our own government killed him. Especially when you see that picture of Lyndon Johnson winking at that guy.
You
It
think,
was
that,
a fucking
you
setup.
think that was Johnson's guy?
I,
Secret Service?
so I think it was whoever Johnson was winking at
Yeah.
was the guy who made this all orchestrate.
We'll see this actual picture, but I really desperately want to see this picture and have the guy that's winking at Johnson be like, have a top hat and like a curly mustache.
Yeah. We fucking got him.
And he had like a big like tuxedo coat with the tails, and then he kind of just like sneaks up into the distance.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
got time, but
Yeah.
but leave it out.
Yeah.
I'll see you again in 2024.
Yeah, that's my theory. It's fucking awesome. All right.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I'm glad I didn't pick that one because I knew you and I'd be on the same wavelength. I
I-
knew it.
That was like in
That's
my
why I
top three.
changed last minute.
Can I guess yours?
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet. I just want to guess
Yeah.
yours. Jet fuel doesn't burn hot enough to melt steel.
I almost went with that too, but I chose a less technical one because I was like, for those, there are so many different facts that you
Yeah.
have to go and make sure are right. Because a lot of people spout the fucking jet fuel thing, but until you see the picture of the actual beams that are missing 3/4 of the column, you can't argue it. You know what I mean? And so like I was like, those are too technical. I won't have the facts
Yeah.
correct. I was like, I'm gonna
There-
pick something
there's-
easier that I know very well.
There's a lot.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7-Eleven was an inside job.
Right. Fucking Slurpee. But no, I mean, and I will get into it in honorable mentions, but Building 7 is the one that makes that conspiracy theory.
I like, yeah.
Nothing
Yes,
hit it.
right.
Yeah.
Nothing hit it.
Nothing.
And it just collapsed down.
Oh,
into its
perfectly.
core.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you go look at
Controlled
other
demolition
demolition videos,
Yeah.
exactly.
It looks just like it. Yeah.
Exactly.
The explosions are at the bottom.
It's
Yeah.
it's so man.
I know, the two towers
so
fall,
on
and then there's
the
like,
nose.
hey, wait a second.
Hey, why is that third
Why is that
building
one
falling?
falling?
Seriously.
Was there a plan to hit that too?
Well,
Be a little prop plan.
well,
we
it's
didn't see it.
supposed to, yeah. Flight 97 or whatever. it was that
Right,
went
right.
to
The
field,
third
yeah.
one, right? The
Yeah.
one
Why
at the
haven't
field in
they, why
Pennsylvania.
haven't they released the fucking video of the third plane hitting the fucking Pentagon?
Yeah.
Why has that not been fucking released? I don't know why they didn't release
supposedly
it. then.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out
Right,
of here.
yeah.
No, they went and took the fucking tape. from that gas station across the street. Like
9/11.
they have it. They said that they have it. They
Yeah.
just haven't fucking released it.
Right.
What is classified about that? Fucking cocksuckers.
Well, yeah, that one has a lot of holes. And I mean, and here's the thing, right? Like, look at the JFK assassination and look at 9/11. Both had political climates that would have benefited from us losing something as a culture.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Like for instance, we went to fucking Iraq for no goddamn reason
Yeah.
under the guise of, oh, it's to fight terrorism. Turns out it was all about the fucking gold and oil that those people had been stockpiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen those pictures with the US Army men, like in those pits full of gold bars, holding them up like, we got some money, we did it!
And they go, oh yeah, and bam, they kill terrorists. They all kill terrorists to get that. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I love so much about conspiracy theories is like all you have to do is follow the money and you can find some moniker of truth, regardless of if it's true.
Yeah.
You know?
So I don't really buy the golden oil story because it's like the amount of oil that Iraq had. First off, we didn't get all of it because of fucking domestic pressure. We were like,
right.
fuck you and fuck Halliburton. Right?
Seriously.
And it's like they only had like $500 billion worth of fucking oil. We spent $2 trillion fucking dollars. It's the worst fucking deal.
See, here's the thing. Go and dig into the Rothschild family. And it explains itself because that family has funded both sides of every war since like, I want to say the Crusades, like something fucked up amount of wars that they are on both sides, funding both sides. It's because in the end, they always profit out of funding both. Doesn't matter who wins. They always profit. Always.
Do you guys remember the two coolest things to come out of 9/11? The first one was George Bush throwing that first pitch in the game. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was the most American thing that's ever happened. He fucking George W. Like red and blue. Everybody's watching it. He doesn't even go to the celeb mound. He goes to the real mound. Throws a perfect strike. You know, seriously, right down the line.
He fucked it
No.
up and it just like hit before. No,
No, threw a perfect strike. And red and blue, as far right and as far left as you could possibly be. Everybody was American. And dude, it was perfect. Then he just waved the box off. Then later, there's interviews with him too, talking about it. He was like, "That was the most nervous I've ever been from a presidency."
The entire world's watching.
Yeah. And then the second one was when he was doing an interview, and it looks like he's just like in a field or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, so we really have to, as Americans, stand together, and we have to go get those terrorists now." Watch me hit this drive. Just zooms out. He's on the platform.
Yeah, I remember that. That's a good one. That's a good
Oh,
one.
that one a lot.
That's super good. All right, ready for mine?
Yes.
fucking do it.
Guys, I brought you the Denver International Airport.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's tunnel.
I know.
Mostly because you flew through there today, and I was like, this is too on
I
point.
did think I
Too
really,
on
really
point.
think about doing that one.
Yeah.
too. Yeah. And I saw the fucking horse going to
Lucifer. It's like,
yeah,
Yeah.
flaming red eyes.
so fucking good. So fucking good.
Is it really called Lucifer? Is that
That's
the
what the
actual
locals
name?
call
that's-
it.
that's
No,
what,
it's
like-
called the Blue Mustang.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
unofficially, it's a Lucifer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the insiders.
Yeah, the sunlight hits like that.
Reptilian people
Yeah.
call it Lucifer.
That's exactly right. That's
They're
exactly
rubies.
right. Yeah.
They're Jack rubies.
So yeah, great place to start. Fucking Lucifer, man. Like that. I think they paid that artist like a couple $1 million to commission it.
Stupid
Took
amounts of money.
15 years to make, and the
It
head
took 15 years
15
to make
years
that?
to make.
Yeah.
And then they
And
unveiled it as a permanent part of DIN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And the head fell off and hit the artist and severed his femoral artery and killed the
Killed him.
artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that part?
That's my favorite part.
Dude, yeah.
Favorite fucking part. While he was painting it, that's what happened.
Yeah.
While he was
Yeah.
painting it.
Finishing
so
it
not
up.
like the unveiling or
No.
anything. God,
Right.
I wanted it to
While
be
he was doing the
unveiling.
last
He
touches
lifts
on
the
it.
curtain, their head falls
Yeah.
off, and just fucking
Yeah, the sculpting's complete. He's in there painting it. Yeah.
So this project originally was just doomed. Like,
Yeah.
So I mean, first off, let's start with. Originally, the Denver airport was Stapleton. The Stapleton, I think it did get denoted as an international airport at some point, but they were taking, I want to say, roughly 108 flights a day, something like that. Which is
Yeah, because they
respectable
started
number.
they started DIA the same time that they started the College Springs airport, and they were the same.
I think that's
size.
right. I think that's right.
Yep.
Except for DIA construction started in, I want to say 89.
Okay.
Is when they broke ground on it. And
Yeah.
so like they had to do this whole PR campaign to like get people to agree with it and whatever.
Yeah.
Started the construction in 89 and had this goal of releasing or of opening it, right? In October of 93. It gets pushed back until I want to say like May of 94.
Yeah.
Is when it finally opened and they were taking passengers and flights and shit.
Mhm.
But it was delayed by 16 months. Their budget was $2.9 billion to make it, right? They blew so far past that budget. I think in the end it cost $4.8 billion.
Yeah.
And it's because of all these weird unforeseen things. Here's my favorite one, right? They had this whole idea where they were going to have this automated baggage system where you would be able to weigh your bag and it would just go onto a conveyor belt, get
And take it right.
all the way to your terminal, and then it would catapult it to your plane, right? There's this news story that the New York Times did where they wanted to go and see the finished product of this $200 million automated baggage system, right? Just to see them try to catapult luggage in a plane
Yeah.
that splats into the side of it and just showers clothes everywhere. Like, it was a miserable failure. Miserable, right?
They used to seat people the same way.
Oh, going Southwest. Yeah. Where did my toddler go? Oh, shit! Yeah. One of my favorite quotes from it was like one of the reporters was like, yeah, we thought it was going to be this really high tech, really groundbreaking technology. And it ends up we just got to see a bunch of wrinkly clothes all over a brand new It was like, fucker, dude. So like that's fun, right?
That was mine.
Yeah. Here's the other cool part about it is originally so there's this quote that is uncorroborated, right? So like nobody can actually prove that this quote was said, but supposedly multiple people who worked on the project had said that originally they had built 5 buildings out on the land that is DIA, right? I think it's like 5,200 acres or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking land. And so the buildings weren't right. Like they weren't tall enough or they weren't like done to spec or something like that.
Yeah.
So they just buried them and built on top.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Right?
That seems efficient.
So that's kind of where this whole thing gains legs, right? Is
Yeah.
because a couple of construction workers were supposedly saying there's all these buildings underneath it,
Yeah.
right? So not only that, it's they have all these tunnels everywhere. You've been on the tram in there
Yes,
recently
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
If you look to your back left when you're going towards the baggage claim terminal,
Okay.
you can see all these other offshoot tunnels
Yeah.
that are in the background, right?
Yeah.
So the theory is that it's actually, have you ever heard of DUMBs? Deep underground military bases is what that stands for.
Okay.
That's the theory behind DIA, is that it's an underground bunker to house global elites, celebrities, politicians, and billionaires in the time of call it a nuclear apocalypse or
Right.
Yeah.
whatever else fucking could have killed us, right?
Right.
Supposedly, it was built to try to withstand the 2012 end of the world Mayan calendar bullshit.
Yeah. Right.
That doesn't make much sense to me. I think what makes more sense to me is that it was an airport that was close enough to the and actually we're nearby it.
Fucking Cheyenne.
Cheyenne Mountain,
Yeah.
that bunker that does exist and was built during the Cold War.
So they get to the airport if they have to hunker down in the airport. They can't make it to Cheyenne. They've got a place to go. That makes
Sorta,
sense,
right?
yeah.
Sorta.
That's gotta
There
make
definitely is a shitload of tunnels underneath there. They give tours in them, and I would love to go take.
Do they really
They
tours?
do.
What the
Yes,
I
which
thought it
I
was-
didn't know. I didn't know, but I listened to a podcast that was from 2019, and they were saying you can go take a tour of the underground stuff,
No shit.
and like they do have offices, and they do have like other just arrangements down there that
Really?
like.
Oh
Yes.
my god, let's
Yeah.
do let's
I
go.
know.
Roadshow, we're
I
going to
know.
DIA.
I know. So
computer.
I know, right? So next time you're here, we should see if we can schedule
Yeah.
that. I would love to.
Dude, I would too.
I would be so into
There's Taylor Swift changing her face.
yeah, exactly. Everybody feed her blood. Feed her blood. Yeah.
A little bit of blood. Here's the knife. All right, everybody use the knife.
So here's some of the more like popular theories of what it is, right? It's either an underground New World Order command bunker, right? To
yeah.
keep continuity of government, figure out what we're gonna do when we rise from the ashes, kind of thing.
Yes.
It also could be a FEMA concentration camp for natural disasters. Let's see.
Where they burn hurricanes.
You know how flammable it's yeah. Yeah, no, and actually we already covered my other ones, but the just network of underground tunnels that live there. Have you ever heard of the Alice boring machine? It's exactly what you would think it is. It's a massive underground boring machine that can make tunnels.
Yeah.
Right? So supposedly, and nobody has any proof of this, but supposedly if they were going to try to connect it to the Cheyenne Mountain bunker,
Yeah.
that's how they would have done it. I call bullshit on that one.
Long.
That's
tunnel.
very far.
Over 100 miles.
Yeah.
And
that's from, like granite
yes,
shit.
yeah.
and here's why I call bullshit on it, and that also,
Yeah.
but people would notice tremors.
Yeah.
You know what I
for
mean?
sure,
Yeah.
man, yeah.
While they're building that. Like,
Yeah.
I
It would
was.
take years.
And the
And
fact that nobody has reported, like,
Yeah.
oh, are we having mini earthquakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You guys
You know
remember
what I
those
mean?
4 years in a row where we had earthquake every day?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
And it's like they
no
do
way.
that with fracking and it causes like fucking major earthquakes.
Yeah.
It does,
That's
and
such
it
a
happens
small
here too. It happened in Castle Rock a few years ago where there was a minor earthquake,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
it's because of the fracking.
fracking, yeah.
Yeah,
But one guy who knows about this boring machine was like, hey.
Ah, see?
Told you. Hunt, quick, get to the bomb shelter. It's happening.
He opens the lid on his well to try to see it. Man, it must be further down than that.
So another really popular theory that goes around about DIA is that it would be the center of so they buried a time capsule in '94 when it got finished, right?
It's got an orange VHS
And that's the end of the world. The next time that sees sun. No, but so the theory is there's apparently on the floor in one of the terminals there's like a mine cart with some letters on it, and it's
Yeah.
AU and AG. So
Silver and gold, right?
silver and gold, which that all adds up to me. You know what I mean? I mean, Colorado's a huge our economy was based on mining for so fucking long.
Yeah.
So that adds up. However, AUAG is also shorthand for a really infectious version of hepatitis that was found in Australia. However, a vaccine does exist for it, so like, I don't think that that's what would be in that. You know what I mean? But the fact that the container that they buried has the Freemason logo on it,
God damn.
makes people
Yeah.
real spooked.
Fucker.
Yeah.
Real spooked. On top of that, there's a dedication plaque that has the Freemason logo on it, and you know who they are. They're the largest secret fraternal group in the world.
Yeah.
Are they though? Is
Well, they're
it
not
secret?
no,
My
no,
grandfather
they're the
was
largest.
fucking Freemason.
No, exactly. But they're the largest.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not secret.
Not very
Not
secret.
secret.
Not very
I mean, they put their symbol in an airport.
But get this. The dedication underneath it, it says it's dedicated by the New World Airport Commission, which doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's not something
Right.
that you can find. Realistically, what it was is a bunch of local businesses came together, decided on that title, and then donated money out there.
Yeah.
But it is strange that you cannot find who donated. It is strange.
That makes sense.
It is a
Yeah.
little strange, especially for a project that went fucking double over
Yeah,
its budget.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's
Right.
a little hanky too. I
Now-
could see that idea.
When they finally free Mason, will they disband?
I mean,
He's been trapped. He's been trapped.
He's been trapped.
I mean, it's the fucking
since
crusade.
technically
Yeah.
the Middle Ages. Yeah.
He's in there.
Yeah, he's in there, man. He's fucking captured.
They need a
Yeah.
boring Alice machine.
That's right. Yeah, maybe that's what they were up to. Yeah. So here's another interesting thing about that plaque, though, is it's dedicated March 19th, 1994. If you add all those numbers up, excluding the month March, it adds up to 33, which is the highest rank that you can get in Freemasonry. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It adds up to 61.
Oh my God! Roll it!
Yeah.
Oh, 33.
So actually, yeah, the whole hepatitis thing. People think that like they're gonna release a
Like a super
super
yeah.
agent. Yeah.
Did the vaccine exist when the airport was built?
It did.
Oh,
Yeah. So right.
Yeah.
This one it got rougher the harder. The more I got into it, the more I was like, now I don't believe this.
Yeah, you go to google.com one time.
So here's the last interesting thing about it is the murals that are
Yeah.
in the airport.
Yeah.
They're insanely popular because of how fucked up they are. But there's one called "In Peace and Harmony." It's supposed to address the destruction of the environment, but what it shows is like a bunch of kids from all different ethnicities, and like some of them are dead, some of them are crying, some of them are
Yeah.
like. It is very fucking violent.
There's some weird ones.
Yeah,
Really?
I'll edit the pictures in later too. But there's also one called Children of the World Dream of Peace. It's supposed to depict a world without violence, right? Like that's the idea of it.
Mhm.
But what it really is like a guy dressed in like Nazi stormtrooper gear, just like underneath, like on the bottom, and then there's like a bunch of kids like with like a bunch of swords wrapped in an American flag just resting on top of it, and like it is really really
I have
Yeah.
never seen any of
when
it.
you check in
Yeah.
when you check in at the concourse, it's as you walk towards the security before you go down the stairs, it's on either side. So take a
Like on the wall?
on the wall.
On the
Yes,
wall?
they're massive. They're
Yeah,
28 feet
They're
long.
gigantic.
Yeah.
There's like shops on the wall though, right? They
No.
have, like,
You're
coffee
thinking of
shops
if you turn left or right.
Okay.
It's in the hall. So like after you
So
check
as
in,
you're
right?
coming-
You go and you turn in.
Yeah.
It's on those walls. Like there's like
Oh.
bathrooms right there.
Yeah.
Like at the top of the escalators.
Yes. Yeah. There's also gargoyles in the baggage claim, which I've never seen.
Really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that part.
and they're like coming out of open suitcases, which I had never seen before. And like,
Yeah, that's Tanisha.
Yeah, right. So get this. So I want to say it was maybe 3 years ago, something like that. They did a $1 billion renovation project on DIA.
Yeah. Right.
And they had all these interesting ads about it.
Oh my
and
God,
they
it's the
were
funniest
like, they were
shit
so
ever, dude.
funny. They were like, are we making new homes for the lizard people, or you safer to fly? You know what I mean? Like it was such an interesting PR campaign, but like good for them for leaning into it.
Yeah.
You know, like I love that.
I think
Like
that.
owning it, dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen Parks and Rec? Where they have like in the town hall building. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
In the town hall building, they have all the murals, and it's like it's a spoof of DIA. But
Oh.
they have all the murals in there of like the founding of Pawnee, Indiana, which is where
Yeah.
the show takes place.
Yeah.
But it's just a bunch of white people murdering a bunch of Native Americans.
Yeah.
And they go like, "Oh,
You
this is
pretty loud.
you know,
This
this
is-
is like
yeah.
Indiana Thanksgiving or
You know,
whatever. This
yeah.
is you know, this is children deserve peace."
But
Yeah.
pitchfork.
Yeah, exactly. It's
And,
so
and
fun.
it's based on DIA.
So my only point about the murals too is they had to get approved by almost every politician in Denver to get put into the airport as a permanent thing. I don't understand how they got approved. When you see them, yeah, don't get me wrong. I like art and I understand looking past the art or whatever and like seeing the deeper meaning.
But also
Not in a fucking airport. These are not the first things you should see is, oh, I'm going to Colorado. I wonder what'll inspire me in the airport.
Dead
It's not
fucking
this.
children.
Yeah. And back on the gargoyles, apparently they installed one that talks somewhere.
What?
There's
Like
a
a Furby?
gargoyle, kind of. Yeah.
Like,
So when you
yeah.
walk up to it, it says like one of 10 things.
Yeah,
And like, I've never seen it.
like a Billy Bass.
That's not motion
Yeah. It's awesome.
I didn't know the gargoyle thing. That's funny.
And I learned that today while I was driving. I listened to a couple podcasts about it, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like,
Wow.
there's a lot I didn't know about it.
Dude,
Yeah,
seriously, man,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Fucked up airport, kind of weird, but
I have had to have walked past those.
you
Oh, yeah.
definitely have.
Yeah.
You definitely.
I
have.
guarantee
and I
it,
just
They're impossible to
never
miss.
looked at them. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and
no, because I know what you're talking
totally.
about.
And you know what's funny is I never looked at them until I heard about the conspiracy theories, and then I was like, I need to keep an eye out for these murals. Last time I was there, I stood and I looked at them, and I was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is as fucked up as they say. Like,
Yeah.
it's that weird. I mean, and they've survived multiple petitions. So has Lucifer.
Right.
Has survived multiple petitions to get it removed, and they just let it be.
It's part of the culture now. You can't.
It honestly,
Yeah.
it really is.
It's
at
like the
this point.
fucking
yeah.
Homer fucking horse that they have. How many people have died crashing into that fucking?
You're
statue?
not allowed to turn left anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they just fixed it.
Where's that?
Oh wow.
Downtown.
In Denver?
No, here.
One.
So
Yeah, Colorado Springs.
General Palmer, who was like one of the founders of Colorado Springs, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, there's this huge fucking statue of him on his horse in the middle of the intersection.
Right next to a kid.
In Platte, Nevada, right? Or Platte and Tejon?
Weber and.
No,
Is it?
it's Platte.
Platte?
Yeah.
Yeah, Platte and
Tejon or Nevada? One of the two.
it's Nevada. It's
Oh,
Nevada.
yeah.
That's the one south.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's literally in everybody's way, and so many people have hit it.
Jesus.
So many people.
Yeah.
And this year they finally said, "Oh well, you can't turn left around it."
You all can't be trusted.
They're not gonna,
Yeah.
dude. It is like here's the intersection, here's a park. They won't just move it to the park. It's like well, you can't turn around.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's the solution.
We'd rather
That's
spend
awesome.
$4 million every time somebody crashes into it to
Yeah.
fix it.
After 70 years of it being there.
That's funny. Let's see. Only note I missed is in one of the murals there is dead women, and they have a grave memorial for a child that died in Auschwitz, which is kind of interesting because another thing that people like to talk about with DIA is that all of the landing strips are in the shape of a swastika. And if you go and look at it on Google, that's not true.
I want that
I
to be
could
true.
see how
No, not my bubble.
if you get rid of a couple of them, I could see it, but like
I mean,
it's not close enough for me to be like, oh
yeah.
you know. But that one is weird.
The Auschwitz
the
thing,
Auschwitz thing is fucking weird.
that is strange.
Like, I would understand in the airport in Germany, like, oh, we're trying to remember our history and learn from it. Colorado, like, really?
I know.
Like, I don't know. It is very strange, and it brings a lot of questions, and so that's what makes it a hotbed for conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
But those tunnels are very real.
Yeah.
They definitely exist,
Dude,
and
if
there
we can
also
get there.
is hundreds of, or I was gonna say hundreds of miles, but it's probably just thousands of feet worth of tunnels that exist for that automated baggage bullshit that I was telling you about.
Oh yeah, that never went.
Those
through.
exist too.
Yeah.
Those are still there, and that machine is still there. It hasn't been used.
Yeah.
They just gave up on it because they're like, "Well, we can't catapult it into the plane.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
fucking quit."
All right.
Yeah.
20 million down the drain.
Seriously.
Now, did
Yeah.
they look for just like one unifying cause that was gonna like garner all this funding? They were like, who does everybody hate? Nazis. That's how we'll get 4.8 billion.
That's such a good question because I think realistically, like, it is a story of kind of a slap in the face to the taxpayer of Colorado.
Sure.
Because I mean, and they had to make so many weird concessions for like. Okay, so here's another piece of history that is interesting that does make this make more sense. Is I want to say it's 1968 was the Federal Deregulation Act of the airlines.
Yeah.
So airlines used to be all regulated by the government. They
Mhm.
decided ticket prices. They decided everything, which stuck the traveler with the bill.
Yeah.
Because you'd get stuck with not cheap tickets, like not fairly priced tickets, as well as inconvenient routes because
There
it was
was
the government.
like the
mandated.
U.S. government was running the airplanes.
Yes.
There wasn't
Yes.
like American Airlines.
Exactly.
Or anything.
Exactly.
Really? No shit. I
Yes,
didn't know
and
that.
so once the deregulation bill came through, people who had the money went and bought up at all the airlines that they could, right? And made United, made
Right.
American, made Southwest, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so that actually helped us as travelers because now they have a competitive
price,
rate,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, free market.
And exactly, and that's when airlines started picking what hubs that they would be based out of, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So that also plays into why DIA was delayed was because they told people like United, like, hey, you get to decide certain things about the final building so that you will come and be a hub here.
Yeah.
However, that led to a lot of last minute changes or like things that weren't right that like delayed it to fucking 16 months.
Yeah.
And that's
So-
just any infrastructure project that we do. It is fundamentally fucked up from the get-go. Just
Totally.
because of how the system is. I mean,
Totally.
you've got the EPA to go fucking
Yeah.
run through. You've got fucking airline
Yeah.
that you got to cater to. You've got taxpayers. You've got mayors. You've got fucking everything. There's so many different.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised. Look at the fucking California,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
whatever the highway system, the
The
hyperloop thing that they
the train system that they're
Yeah.
trying to do.
Uh-huh.
I almost brought that one in. Is if you follow the wildfires, it is exactly the map of where the train system's going. It is
Fucking
exactly.
hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
That should be that traceable. Like
It really should.
you got to be a little more subtle about it.
They just convicted that guy. Did you see that?
Oh,
They
no,
not convicted. They arrested him though.
Oh, really?
For pushing a burning car into a gulch that started
Nice.
the fire in
Nice.
California.
Yeah. Huh.
Nancy
for him.
Pelosi's cousin or
Yeah,
something.
that's sure. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she's
State, bro.
fucking dirty.
Some of it passy, I'm sure. It wasn't
Fuck that
actually
bitch
that
and
guy.
her money.
Yeah.
Well, and fuck the fact that her daughter was at January 6th with a camera crew. It's like, okay, this is a fucking setup. You know, fucking crazy.
Was she also in a BlackRock commercial? Yes, dude.
Right.
Oh god, it's all making sense now.
Oh fuck, it's all connected.
Wait, I was in a black room.
So yeah, that's
We gotta
that
get
is the
tunnels.
that is the DIA Illuminati headquarters. I am confident that I missed a lot because there's so much to it, but those were all the good highlights that I
Wait,
thought.
where
was-
did the lizard people come from?
So supposedly they live underneath DIA,
Yeah.
and that's
The building.
Is it
But
the
think about it.
start of the lizard people conspiracy?
No,
theory,
not
or
the
is
start of
that-
it, not the start of
That's
it.
been around for
Yeah, that's
I'm
been
sure,
around a while. But I have heard that theory, and I mean that one. I mean, if lizard people are real, right? That tracks because they could just disguise themselves as any human, and you wouldn't know any different because they just step into a terminal, jump on a plane, go wherever the fuck they want. You don't know them. That's just another passenger.
Why would the lizards be underground? They need the sun so they can get warm.
Yeah,
That's the one flaw in your plan.
yeah. Think about all the underground buildings, though. They could have a whole terrarium under there. Who
Right.
fucking
They,
knows?
they might have
Yeah.
heating lamps.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man, I've
Did they
seen
buy-
them transporting
Right,
heat lamps in that
right.
tram.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
my god, it's all making sense
I've-
now.
I've seen them catapult them through the air.
But again, like another thing that like I mean, okay, imagine all of it's real, right? Imagine all the underground tunnels and all this like, hiding the elites under
Well, I don't have to
the
imagine, brother.
I'm a real brain. Yeah. No, but I mean, like, if that's all real, it's a perfect plan. Perfect plan. Because you could fly any supplies you would ever need into that airport,
You've got the
unload it,
No questions
and
asked.
no questions asked.
Yeah.
They get freight through there every fucking day.
Yeah.
So you could just wheel that into the fucking building, send it down an elevator 4 floors.
Yep.
Boom, now the lizard people are getting fed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it does. I think that's why it's such an easy theory to believe, is because it's possible.
Yeah.
It's totally possible. Yeah. But that's what I got for you.
We got to get in those tunnels.
Yeah, we do. We gotta go take that.
I'm gonna go take that.
We gotta take that.
I really want to
Yeah.
too. Let's plan that out.
That'll be on the Patreon.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh,
We'll do that.
dude.
Yeah, we gotta get body cams.
Yeah.
It's not something inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking GoPro helmet.
Yeah.
See that.
They're gonna be like,
But the 360 GoPro.
Yeah.
So
we just won't take them down the Kennedy
Yeah.
tunnels. Yeah.
Oh, man. You can see like the level 1.
Yeah.
So I went not quite as famous with mine. So I'd like to workshop it with you guys because this is relatively unfounded, but it's something I firmly believe in. So you guys know how ice cream trucks are roaming government compliance machines, right? We've all heard that one. But to what end?
Ah, preach, teach.
So I posit that ice cream trucks and their weird music have a stranglehold on all facets of society, even the most fringe members.
What's up the sleeper cells?
Yeah.
That's definitely part of it.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
So I wanted to go through a couple that are relatively verified and then see if maybe we can kind of brainstorm some other
Okay.
examples in the
Yeah.
meantime too.
Yeah.
So ice cream, and you'll see this in a couple different documentaries. The mixture of the cold and the sugar actually pacifies some of the withdrawal symptoms of fentanyl and Trink.
Really?
Yeah. So it makes it not as bad. And then your brain chemistry ties the addiction of the fentanyl and the Trink to the sugar as well.
Is that why all crackheads are always fucking fiending over ice cream and shit? Like when you watch documentaries and they go
Yes.
to like
Yeah.
Philly and shit, they're
I've
always
definitely seen
going
that.
to get water ice. They're going to get dude.
Yes.
Yes.
I've even been in a gas station in Maryland and watched crackheads demand ice cream.
Demand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wow.
San Francisco,
God.
Philly, anywhere that you have like a really bad Trank or fentanyl problem,
Yeah.
you will have ice cream trucks just patrolling those areas.
Oh my goddamn.
Yeah. Because
Alright.
it ties your brain chemistry, it ties
Yeah,
it to the
yeah.
addiction. So it creates this cycle in your mind where, oh shit, I'm out of Trank, I'm out of fentanyl, like my body's gonna start withdrawing, I could possibly die from this because it's so volatile to your system. But then if you get ice cream, it tampers that down to where it's not so bad. It can technically save your life. It's like hitting yourself with Suboxone if you're withdrawing from
Yeah, or
heroin.
like Narcan.
Or Narcan, yeah. But then you start
fucking goddamn.
but then you start
Organs
becoming to the
Narcan.
you start becoming addicted to the feeling of withdrawing and then the ice cream saving you from the withdrawals. So then you buy more fentanyl to do it again to get that high to then also get the supplemental high
Oh, I could know.
of eating ice cream.
It's Big Darren. It's
Big
the whole
Darren.
thing all along. Got milk. Oh,
You guys
Got milk, motherfucker.
You guys remember how Got Milk commercials weren't tied to a specific brand or a specific farm. They were just
Holy
push
shit.
no,
they were just
yeah,
pushing dairy.
You're right.
Yeah, it's the dairy farmers that fucking ran.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted to call bullshit at the gate, but now you're making some fucking sense.
God, you've shown me the light.
So
Okay, you gotta keep going. What
Okay,
else you
yeah.
got?
So that one's probably going to convince you the most.
Okay, that's fair.
The other ones are jokes.
You're right. How is Got Milk not tied to a brand?
It never was.
It's not.
It never was.
It's an independent
That
organization.
is so
because they
interesting.
produce so much fucking milk and they don't
They had
want
to sell it somehow.
Yeah, and they've been selling it to the government for fucking 70 years since World War II.
Oh,
There's
my
literally an
God.
underground bunker full of government cheese that we've been trying to get rid of since Reagan.
Oh,
And it's
goddamn.
still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's got milk, yeah, but
Right.
it's all because of heroin.
Right.
Wait,
Yeah.
so are they getting the heroin so that we can get rid of the cheese? Like, is this part of the plan?
It
Starts
may-
with ice cream, and with
It
cheese.
may be. I mean, if you trace any
And if
amount
you
of like
produce
street level drugs
Velveeta.
high enough up, you're gonna get back to the
Have
government.
you seen Velveeta's new commercial?
Uh-huh.
Where that girl's just standing in like, I don't know, Spain or some shit, and she has like a purse, and it just like the camera like pans down to her purse, and she takes a spoon, and she takes a fucking big old spoonful of Velveeta, like shells and cheese out.
Need it on the go.
Yeah, yeah, it's a fucking pocket top.
Yeah.
Dude, I want that.
That's
Right?
so
Yeah. Such a weird commercial. I saw it the other day. I was like, "What the fuck am
I
I
brought that crossbody back here. I said it so I wouldn't get robbed, but really got my shells in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you trace any street level drug high enough up, you're going to get back to the government somehow. The CIA introducing crack to New York
Crack.
City.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was just gonna say.
Yeah.
That is a big one.
Got Milk and fentanyl.
And
they're-
proven.
They're
Proven.
probably the same
Yeah.
lobbies.
Yeah.
Also, that music gets pedophiles bricked up. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But they also use it in horror movies too. Essentially, they are trying to just wire this into our brains for whatever need they could possibly have of us. It is sleeper cell shit.
Yeah.
To where they just play
That
that.
song activates. us.
Right.
Yeah.
To where you either want to bang kids or you or you are scared of
Or you just-
clowns.
Or you just want a Mario popsicle.
Or you just, yeah, with the shitty, dusty gumballs. Yeah.
God, those are terrible.
They're real bad. They disintegrate in your
And
mouth.
immediately
They
too,
turn to
man.
dust.
You don't even get like one good chew.
And they don't look good anymore.
Yeah,
The quality control.
And the
went out
eyes
the
are
window.
always off.
They're always off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sonic is all melted upon itself.
Yeah.
Choco tacos anymore.
I know, it's not
Yeah,
bullshit.
it's a travesty. It's a travesty.
We dude, we went fucking mini golfing the other day, and they had a little like ice cream freezer there, and my niece got a drumstick, right? So it's the ice cream cone with the chocolate and the nuts around the vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
She had us pick off the chocolate in the nuts.
Oh.
Get
I was like, get the fuck out.
her with it.
Yeah.
No, I hit it with my glove.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a putter to the face.
Yeah.
Man.
Excuse you? I mean, I benefited from it because I ate it. I ate the
Yeah,
chocolate.
right,
But how un-American. Now, one thing that has also been documented, that has also been proven true, is that, and maybe this is tied into the drugs, maybe it's just like a kind of nostalgic love for ice cream, no matter like what your demographic is. But ice cream trucks can stop gang violence in its tracks. Like Bloods and Crips will be shooting across the street at each other. An ice cream truck
Yeah.
will run by, and then they will host a ceasefire. Yeah, they will put their guns down and meet in the middle like it's no man's land.
tied together.
Yeah, like it's no man's land between the trenches of World War I on Christmas Day. They will go to the center and shake hands, and they'll get a
Show each other photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her. Fucking her. Yeah.
Oh, this is my
Knocked her
family.
up before I left.
Yeah, this is my family. You guys killed her, remember? Oh yeah, dude, sorry.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
We all took a turn.
And then the ice cream man is like, let me get a couple blocks away before you start again. As soon as that last gumball is gone.
But I forgot I hate you.
It has pacification qualities.
This has legs.
Yeah,
It has
right.
legs.
Right? Let's see.
Dude, it is so, like, side note, it is so weird to me. When I lived in a real place where we had ice cream trucks, and there was one that would come down like once a month,
Yeah.
down our street. And my son innately knew what it was, dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you
Never seen one.
Yeah.
from at 3
Yeah.
years old?
It's
He's
been
like,
ingrained in us.
we gotta go outside. We gotta go outside. There's stuff outside.
That's one of my notes too. It's ingrained in us now that it is evolutionarily tied to us where kids will hear this and go running. Now imagine they play that song, it's not to an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
They go running to war.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's how they get us to kill our neighbors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You dude, they tell you that that guy has all the Choco Tacos.
Yep.
Yeah.
After they've been discontinued for 5 years, you're gonna kill that guy.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna kill that guy. I'm gonna find those tacos too.
That's right.
Damn right, get
There-
your ass.
There's also, and I forget when this was, so the New York Post at one point, this was a couple of years ago, the New York Post reported on one of the local ice cream trucks gouging its prices and charging too much for ice cream cones or whatever it was. The next day, the people of New York blew that ice cream truck.
Like they were having that.
They didn't fuck around. But also, I didn't think that was a mystery. Like, nobody thinks that an ice cream truck is the source of ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Huh.
that
Maybe kids.
right, but sure, yeah,
Yeah.
but like that shouldn't have been a revelation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're telling me that guy doesn't make those Sonic Pops, and maybe he bought it for $3 from the gas station, but he's charging me $3.50.
Yeah.
Fuck that!
that.
Blow his truck up.
Yeah.
Damn, they've created this like Pavlovian dedication.
It is, yeah.
That's a great use of that term
It's
too.
great
Yeah.
fucking
Because you're
band.
absolutely right. It's
Yeah.
you hear the song. Oh shit! I could go for a cone.
I force my kids to like listen to some other music. If I hear the faintest ice cream music in the distance,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, put your headphones on. Listen to Elf on Cool Because they'll go running and make me spend $35.
On 3 pieces of ice cream.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, it's a government psyop, but I don't know why or when.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's they're training us all, right?
Yeah.
But there's too many of us now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that's why it doesn't have the same effect as it used to.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the 90s, I heard that song in the house.
Right.
I'd fucking run
Well,
out.
yeah.
Even if I didn't have any money.
And everybody had cash.
Yeah, and you just show up.
Yeah.
It was a social.
Yeah, like,
thing,
oh,
right?
God, one of those.
Hopefully
it's
somebody-
$5. Oh.
And you said, but
Forgot
$5
about
would magically be in your pocket because they wanted to train you.
You
You go,
make
oh,
sure.
wait.
Oh,
Holy shit.
damn.
Thanks, Bill Clinton. Right.
Damn.
So I'm just saying,
There's something there.
yeah. I'm just I don't know what the what
The fact
means
that
to the
kids
end
come
is.
out of the womb knowing the song,
Yeah.
that's a little fucked.
weird.
It's like-
That's a little fucked.
It's like ingrained in us now. It's
Yeah,
like
you're right.
it's like
You're
how
right. It's generational.
it's like how geese know to fly south for the winter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What do you guys think every time you hear the song?
Which song do you hear? What?
Oh, yours is different than ours.
Different
Yeah.
one in our neighborhood.
Ours is.
Oh, dude, it's coming from the hood. Oh no! Mine is the fucking. And if you guys have ever heard it, the Dio chain hang low. Dude, every time I hear it, I start singing.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that's funny. Now,
Other ice.
yeah, for sure.
I just did the song for you. Did
Yeah.
you not
I
recognize
know
that?
that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ice
For
cream
sure.
song in
Yeah,
Colorado.
and that's not ours around here. No.
Oh, it isn't?
No, it's the classic Herbert the Pervert or whatever his name is from Family Guy. It's like
Oh no shit!
Yeah,
Oh, that's so interesting.
yeah.
Because no.
Eating ice cream out of the fucking hood? Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
That's literally the only one
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
But all those different songs are training us for different purposes.
Oh
See, that's how you know they're going to start civil war.
Yeah, different factions.
Right? They re-released Choco Taco only on the southern state. Yeah, dude. Oh shit!
Get your guns.
Take them.
We don't get those tacos.
What I have also noticed is that on the way to the Heavy's mom's house, there's a guy who has one parked in his driveway. Now, it has never left. Okay, it's never been on the road. It's always been there. And this
He's
guy,
retired. He's a retired CIA agent.
yeah. And this guy lives on the corner. Name anybody who lives on the corner and not in the middle of the street like a normal NPC.
Yeah.
That's true.
The corner,
Yeah.
so he can get corner.
He's one of them quest giving NPCs.
Right. Well, he can get vision from all angles too. So he can surveil us.
Guys, I'm disappointed nobody went with the fucking birds.
The
Yeah.
birds aren't real.
Yeah.
So it is. They're CIA, dude.
They're drones,
I
yeah.
thought about doing Hollow Earth too, and I was
Yeah.
like, I just
Or flat Earth.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, you have to ignore so much science to make those work. You know? Although for the Hollow Earth one, I saw a really compelling argument for it the other day. There is I want to say a 9-foot wall that is around the entire planet that is underwater too. You can see it in the
Minecraft.
no, the like deep sea scans or whatever, right? For terrain elevations.
Yeah.
You can see around the entire planet there is this like 4-foot by 9-foot fucking wall that goes around the entire planet.
Yeah.
And the theory is that that's like if you follow that wall, it goes all the way to Antarctica. And I don't know if you've ever tried to Google Earth Antarctica. There is a point where you cannot go. It is all blurred out. And
That's
it's
the
the very
secret Nazi
center.
base, though.
So that could be it, or that's where people argue that that's where the fucking portal is to go into the Hollow. Yeah, yeah.
God.
I just thought a really interesting one
Is that
there.
what they think? That's really
It's really a thing.
Antarctica's blocked
Yes.
out? Well, is that because they don't have it, or is it actually blocked out?
It's blocked out. Like, I mean, go look at any military base on Google Earth, and it's pixelated the same way.
Is it in the middle of Antarctica?
Very
Because
middle.
you've got like what is it? 5 countries that have claims on
Correct.
Antarctica, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all in the axis of evil.
Yeah.
All those countries.
Technically.
Yeah, fuck the UK, dude. Fucking
Yeah.
limey ass fucking.
But no,
motherfuckers.
those ones get weird. They get weird fast. I don't know. I've seen some weird shit though. Like, there's this portal out in Vegas
too. Like it's really interesting. It's like it's in the shape of like the Stargate kind of. It's
Yeah.
just this round thing with two spikes coming out of it.
Yeah.
And you can see that on Google Earth. And there's tanks. If you zoom out, you can see tanks pointing away from it, trying to keep people out, which is very interesting. Oh, that's something I forgot about DIA. The chain link fences, the barbed wire on top, is built to keep people in, not out. Yeah.
It's nice.
So, yeah. So no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not shitting you. It's conspiracy theories are fun
There.
because it really what it highlights is that there is so much information that we're not allowed to know. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I mean,
which makes sense.
makes sense because look at who educated the fucking US? Public schools and or government schools.
Right.
You know, so you get the narrative, you know.
This is why they don't teach you how to do your taxes,
Exactly.
and they just teach you about the.
Yeah. Taxes are only there to keep
Yeah.
the poor people.
This is
poor.
why they.
It's the
This
only
is why they
reason
don't teach you
exist.
about the mitochondria.
That's right. That's right. Powerhouse of the cell. All right. Well,
Yeah,
well,
boys.
want to check some voicemails?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Before
Yeah.
we get assassinated.
Yeah, right.
We've revealed too much.
No!
All right. Let's see if we got.
Oh,
any.
dude, the Jewish space lasers are gonna get us.
Marjorie Taylor Greene was
I'm
right the
sorry.
whole time.
Marjorie, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I should have believed in you. I would love for Lauren Boebert to jerk me off.
During a children's play, it has to be a children's play.
All right. Hey, we got two. All right. Here's the first one.
I feel like one of the biggest conspiracy theories is that hospitals try to cure people, but they don't really cure people. They just make them sick for longer so they can keep them as a customer.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
That's capitalism in the fucking medical.
I was gonna say, I mean, in a
that's like-
nutshell,
they have
I
to make
mean,
money off of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's kind of true because I mean,
That's
you
right.
lose the customer if you cure them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why we haven't cured anything since fucking polio.
Right.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
true.
Yeah.
True.
There's no money in it.
That's why there is privatized healthcare. That's why there are just like private doctors. That's why there's not just one big universal healthcare that just takes care of people.
Right.
You have to pay these people money. They're
Yeah.
in it for the business of making money.
Yep.
Orthodontists are the same way. I was just having this conversation too about another one of my nieces where they were like, well, she needs bottom braces, but we recommend top braces and spacers and headgear and you go, why? And they
Yeah.
go,
I don't know. My kid's got to go to college.
Yeah, right. Because we like money. Why do you think?
My favorite lines from that movie is he's like, "Can we stop at a Starbucks?" He's, "This is not a time for a hand job."
Go away, I'm baiting.
Go away, baiting.
The Walmart I love.
I love it. Yeah. All right. We got one more.
Hey y'all, so I heard about these conspiracy theories and I just wanted to share that my favorite one, the one that I think is real, is the one where we're all living in the Matrix.
You
I
fucking
do
tell me
believe
about it, Mary Jo.
that
God
this
damn it.
world was meant for us. We are just holograms or Sims or whatever, living in this snow globe that aliens keep sneaking up on us. Anyway, love you all, bye.
You got it. You got it, Ted.
I mean,
That's pretty good.
it's a really good conspiracy.
That's a really good accent too. I'm all bricked up.
Solve that later. But
I'll be back in 7 minutes.
So here's the other one I almost brought in was the Mandela effect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
love that theory because it roots itself.
Conspiracy theory though?
Yes,
Well,
because
yeah.
it roots itself in exactly what this caller just said is we all live in the matrix, and what happens is when they switch your universe on you, you remember the universe you came from, but you're in a parallel universe where the things you remember don't quite exist anymore.
But they're
For
pretty
instance,
similar.
They're very similar. It's just an offshoot of them.
Was
right?
it Kazam or Shazam?
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
That one's good.
Was it Berenstain
what color's Pikachu's tail?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Was it Berenstain or Berenstain Bears?
Right.
Fucking Berenstein.
Yeah, Berenstain. I'm a Berenstain.
Berenstain boy.
But
yeah.
I always see random ones come up. Like for instance, the other day I saw a neat one. Where were you taught your heart is in your body? What were you told?
Left-hand side.
Well, everybody learns this on the left-hand side because that's easier when you're a kid, right?
Sure.
But it's
fucking dead center.
it's actually in the middle though, yeah.
So that's so funny because I had never heard that it was in the middle. Not once. I've never fucking heard that in my life.
Yeah.
I always thought it was right here, right above your lung, right? And
Oh,
no.
Dude, it's like dead center.
Yeah.
No, but
But it leaned
teach us
us.
that. They teach us that for the fucking Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
So that's like,
And that makes sense.
stupid.
I
You put your
see
hand
why. I
over
see
your
why,
heart
right?
and Pledge of Allegiance.
But it
That's
is
also
kind of
very
interesting.
American conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very
exactly,
like,
exactly.
fucking nationalizing people.
Right. Right. So I don't know. There's legs to it in a way.
I would absolutely live in the Matrix if I knew.
Well, if you were
Like-
given the choice,
Well,
right?
if I
wouldn't
could
you?
fuck that lady in the red dress and eat the medium rare steaks, yeah, I choose to believe.
Yeah, I hear you. Red pill all day.
You think I want to be in Zion or whatever they call their shitty little?
Eating your fucking egg amino acid
Oh,
porridge,
yeah.
flying on the Nebuchadnezzar.
No thanks, dude. Nah, I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
Hook me up with those two scary twins.
Right.
Now that's a legitimate thing though. They're
Yeah.
like real physicists. They're working through
They're
like
all in
the
simulation.
hologram theory.
Yeah.
So it's super interesting. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about how a physicist got into like DNA and was researching it, and he goes, "This is all binary code." At the end of it, like
Yeah.
it all comes down to binary, and it's like, fuck, we are the fucking program.
Yeah. Did you also see that thing that it was talking about psilocybin, magic mushrooms, and that there are theories now that that's why we have consciousness?
Yes.
Because monkeys who were just
There's
on
no way.
instincts.
There's no way to explain why the cerebral cortex got so large over not that long ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's why we were so
Like
self-aware.
exactly. It kills the evolution theory.
Yeah.
It really does.
It like
Yeah.
we broke something
Yeah.
by like
Yeah.
one guy eating mushrooms.
Right.
The same way we got
Yeah.
AIDS, dude. One guy ate mushrooms,
Yeah.
one guy fucked
Yeah.
a bat.
Right.
No,
But
he
now
did
the
monkey
mushrooms.
brains.
Oh,
He
he
ate
fucked
monkey brains. No, he
Yeah.
did.
Now the mushroom thing is really interesting too. 'Cause
Yeah.
It shows up all throughout Christianity
What is
too.
that book called? The Fruit of the Gods, right? Is that what
Yes.
you're talking
Is that
about?
what it is? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Rogan talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
and I mean, then you get characters like Saint Nick, who
Yeah.
has like he looks like an Amanita muscaria mushroom, and it's like, fuck, man, like the signs are everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love that.
Yeah,
theory.
I like that
love
one
that
too.
theory. Yeah,
It just like
That's a neat
it
one.
broke. We should have just been
Totally.
monkeys, right?
Right,
And it like
right.
broke us. And
and exactly. And I mean, I don't know how.
all of a sudden one guy's like,
Oh, fuck! Oh, I gotta build a car.
I need somebody to talk to. Fucking do this. Damn it.
"What are we? Why are we here?
Why are we?
Yeah, after truck on the corner."
Yeah, right. I really like gold.
Shiny rocks.
Yeah.
He was talking to I saw Rogan talk to Soder about that, I think. About how like the people who like knew where like the mushroom patch was would like lead the village there, but they'd be like, oh well, you can only experience this if I lead you there, and like
Right,
this is how
right.
I connect with the gods and shit like that. And so that's how they eventually gained power over the
Mhm,
masses
mhm.
because they were the ones in control of the mushrooms,
Right.
which unlocked higher levels of consciousness.
Yeah.
And then when you're tripping out on mushrooms, they talk to you like, I am God, and then
Yeah.
that person goes and spreads the
And
word
then-
of being able to do that guy.
And it's also interesting that
Nature
most
God
people,
came.
Yeah.
that do DMT always see the mechanical elves. That's pretty interesting to me, isn't
No,
it?
I was just
We were
fucking
talking about
talking
that,
to
yeah.
Nick
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
What is the dragon thing? It's like a dragon, and you meet it, and
Heroin?
you want to fucking
Chasing the
mind.
dragon?
No, it's like some mystical fucking dragon that people talk about on DMT, and I can't.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard that one.
I always heard
I've heard the mechanical elves that are rounded, like they're little balls. They float on these mechanical balls, and you
Yeah.
can see them. They're just little tiny elves on
Huh.
the ball.
I've never heard of
Yeah.
that one. That's
You
cool.
haven't heard
Uh-uh.
that one? That's interesting because that's actually the most common hallucination. On
Really?
DMT.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
What was the one? It was there was that documentary. It was like the spirit molecule. I think it was.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Where that guy went and met God.
Yeah.
But God was himself.
Wait, he went
as
down to like
Yeah.
South America and did the ayahuasca and everything.
Well, I think that this that might have been part of
that might have
DMT.
been a different.
No, it was
Well,
DMT.
well, DMT is ayahuasca.
Right,
Yeah,
but
It was just
that-
pure DMT.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is no. This is where they like had volunteers. They they experimented on people who were like, yeah, I'll take DMT just to see what happens.
Oh, really?
And then they had like scientists observe them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
And they had the guy come out. So there's like 15 minutes, but the guy was like, I've been gone for 30 years.
Yeah.
I left a family.
Yeah.
Well, what's
I-
Ari Shafir had that experience on what was that incense that people smoked? It'll come to me. But Ari tells a story about how he had an entire life when he did it, and he smoked it, and like
Oh, yeah.
he like was underwater and like met all these people. He had a wife and like a whole life with her, and then came out of it and was like, I don't know any of you anymore. Like
Yeah.
I've lived an entire life
Yeah.
since then, and like so interesting that like the brain can even do that.
Right.
You know, like to me, that speaks volumes about like, I don't think we belong here on this planet. I don't think that we originated here. I really don't.
That reminds me of one of the articles that I saw, dude. I check this fucking article page. Like you just swipe over far enough and there's articles right here. I check it often enough that I will see them alter headlines.
Yeah, I've
Which
seen that. I've
always
seen that.
kind of like
Yeah, they changed the phrasing or whatever.
or whatever it
Yeah.
is. I mean, some of them kind of weird me out.
Yeah.
Because there was one, and I thought about this because of the DMT. There's this guy, the article said something about a guy died and went to the afterlife, and then he came back to warn us. Or something. It was called that initially. And then they changed it to like a guy died and went to the afterlife, and then he came back and told us what he saw, which is like, that makes more sense because like he didn't come back to warn us. He was shocked back to life by a defibrillator.
Right. Yeah.
Like it was happenstance or whatever.
Yeah.
But that I like that DMT theory that like every time you see God or see angels or you see your life flash before your eyes is because DMT is like stored in your brain
Yeah.
to like numb the feeling of actual death.
Yeah.
To be like, no, don't feel death because that's gonna suck for you. And so all your DMT just dumps.
Yeah.
And that's why you're like, oh shit, I saw God for 5 minutes and then you come back.
Yeah.
Also, people who have died or had near-death experiences like that who have dumped all their DMT can't dream anymore.
I've heard that. That is terrifying to me. I'd be so like, I have dreams all the time. I love
I
it.
died.
I love it.
No, I died.
Yeah.
I still dream. Yeah.
When did you die?
When I was 10, my heart stopped. They had to
But
put
did
me full of
Journal?
epinephrine.
epinephrine?
Yeah.
Right into your heart?
Yeah.
Right. No, almost to my heart, but they did get it through. 'Cause I had a
Yeah.
fucking vein that, or I had one of the fucking IVs that goes right in your heart.
Yeah.
But they pumped me full of epinephrine. But there were like,
like a PICC line thing?
of a PICC line. Yeah, thank you.
Hmm.
There was a gaggle of med students out like waiting to shot me back, dude. They just had their fucking
Yeah, they're all
ready.
waiting.
Yeah.
Did your heart just stop or did your brain die?
No, my heart stopped. My heart stopped.
See, and that's
Yeah.
But I
it
wasn't
yeah.
for a
that
long
was a
time.
near-death
I think
experience.
that's different than, yeah.
Well, it stopped though. I died.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends how you want to look at it, right?
Well, yeah.
Like,
And then you get into
died,
the conversation
right?
of how do you define death?
Exactly.
Which
Well,
is-
how do you define life, right?
Right.
I mean, it's all philosophical at the end of the day.
Right.
It really does come down to that. All right, any honorable mentions we missed? I think we did pretty.
I like
good
some
on
of those.
this
I was
stuff.
gonna mention the Matrix too, but thanks
Yeah.
to our very sexy sounding caller.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good one.
we touched on that
Yeah.
one. I like that one too. I mean, it is that also people use that to explain like deja vu. Right? When it's like a glitch.
Although I gotta tell you, I had deja vu today. Months ago I had a dream that we were taping not at my mom's house.
Yeah.
But we were doing the podcast,
Oh,
and I
really?
knew that. And it didn't click until I went up to get the voicemails, and I was like, oh shit, this
Oh,
is what I
shit.
dreamed.
What do you think it actually is? Like, explain it in like scientific terms, because I think it's your brain dying a little bit.
Maybe. Here's what I think it is. I think that realistically, time isn't a real dimension. I think
It's a
that
flat
it's-
circle.
I think that's exactly right. And I think that time is something that only exists within us so that we can keep events separated from each other.
Well, it's a man-made construct.
You know, it is exactly.
Clocks, calendars.
100%. I mean, the fact that we still do the fucking leap year is ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Or that we even have July, August, and September.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, and you've heard the theory of the 13th month, haven't you?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We'd have perfect fucking calendars if they would add one more
Perfect
month.
calendar.
Fucking, we'd have
Every month,
28
28
every
days.
month.
You would never have to do a leap year. And supposedly the theory behind that one is the reason we don't do 13 months is because it follows the moon cycles and they want to detach us from nature so that we are easily controllable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Fuck, there we go.
They
Fuck,
did it,
yeah.
dude. They did it. Look how many nightmare squares are around us.
Seriously. Shit, hold on, let me look this up.
Yeah, let me look my nightmare square. Yeah.
I don't know if I
Let me-
believe you.
Right.
I heard it with my ears, but I need
Yeah,
to read it on the screen.
But it also follows things like on a tortoise shell, it's 13 panels on the outside and there's 13 panels on the inside. And like it was to sever us from nature when they made the Gregorian calendar.
How many Chinese signs are there? Are there 13?
12.
Bitches.
All right, I think we did pretty good on this one. This one
That's
felt
a good
good.
fucking episode.
This one
Good
felt
long
good.
episode.
Yeah.
boys. I can.
All right.
We got some good shit.
Toodaloo.
Thank you for listening.
Peace, bitches.